There's a moving story told of a Roman Catholic priest, Damien de Veuster. And he went alone to a leper colony on Molokai Island. He went there to reach the lepers there for Christ. He bathed their sores by hand. He ministered to them daily, knowing that he was jeopardizing his own health and his life every time he touched them. For many years, he gave hope to those who had no hope. He practically built the physical facilities of the entire colony single-handedly. Nobody wanted to go there to minister. He even built a church there for them. And every Sunday he preached and ministered to them in that church. At one point he wrote, "The average of deaths among these poor people is at least one per day. Many are so destitute, there's nothing to defray their burial expenses. They're simply wrapped in a blanket and buried. As far as my duties allow me time, I make coffins for them myself. As for me, I make myself a leper to gain all to Jesus Christ." Folks, that's the definition of a true New Testament Christian. Someone who's willing to sacrifice everything to win people to Christ that nobody else is going to try to reach. Surely, I can't be expected to make that kind of sacrifice, can I? Scottish theologian James Denny answered that question with this statement: "The man who has nothing to die for actually has nothing to live for because he does not know what life is." The man who has nothing to die for actually has nothing to live for because he does not know what life is. One day, Damian, that Roman Catholic priest, stood at the altar of that church he had built. And he began to address his listeners in a different way than he had ever done so before. He said, "My brethren, we lepers." From that time on, he referred to them simply as my fellow lepers. Sometime later, Father Damian died as a disease-ridden leper. That was the physical price he paid for the spiritual identification he had in Christ as one who witnessed to those lepers, who made a difference to them